Rabbi with relatives in Milwaukee was killed in an attack at a synagogue in Jerusalem today. 2 Palestinians stormed the synagogue with knives, axes, and guns, killing 3 American rabbis and 1 British rabbi. Julia FELLO talked to a Milwaukee man whose cousin died in that attack. Julia.
And Carol and Mike, Rabbi Ben-Sion Twersky tells me that he plans to talk about that senseless attack inside his synagogue here at North 52nd and Burleigh. He tells me his family and friends still in Jerusalem are filled with grief and worry.
These savages didn't realize that the people they were killing were stars, were leaders of people. What do I make it? I make it a great sense of hopelessness.
Rabbi Ben-Sion Twersky shares his family's legacy that began in Ukraine.
So this is Rabbi Twersky's father.
His late cousin, 59-year-old Rabbi Moshe Twersky, moved from the U.S. to Jerusalem years ago. His religious lessons in Israel were attended by people from all over the world.
You're dealing with a person who had an absolutely incredible mind, and people flocked from across the world to study under him in the yeshiva in Jerusalem that he led. So it's an incredible loss for the youth who would have studied beneath him.
Rabbi Twersky says his cousin's funeral service took place this afternoon. He hopes people in Milwaukee understand his family in Jerusalem is dealing with an extremist group of people.
I have married children living in Jerusalem. So my son calls me this morning and says, "What are we to do now?"
His answer is prayer.
When something like this happens, you're not going to hear calls for revenge. That's not our legacy. That's not how Jews respond.
This is the second time the Twersky family has gone through a family tragedy like this. Back on November 26th of 2008, nearly 6 years ago, a distant cousin was also killed in a synagogue attack in Mumbai. Reporting live on Milwaukee's west side, Julia FELLO, today's TMJ4.
So sad. Violence is never the answer. Thank you, Julia.